Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Lady Nyca, and with Wednesday night episode of Queen Sugar. This is season 4, episode 12, simply entitled Here. And we open up with Ralph Angel and Blue at home. They spring cleaning or whatnot when he finds some old presents up in the closet from Daddy Bordelon. He looked at it, but he put it back up where he had found it from when Blue got excited because Nova pulled up. He wanted to go outside and speak to her, but Ralph Angel, still not feeling her, tells Blue she's sick and he don't want her to catch it, and sent him to go find some old clothes because they were cleaning up, right? He go outside and asks her why is she there. She says she heard he giving out second chances and wanted to know if maybe he could see fit to give her one. He ain't feeling it at all. And then he tell her, Nova, do you realize the things that you have caused the devastation in my family? He said Blue is in counseling because he found out from one of his friends down at school that I'm not his real daddy. He say, Darla head all messed up. 3 years sober. Now she got to start all over again. All because of you. Child, he made sure he told her he ain't got to worry about them Landrys with a sister like her. And she can see how hurt and how much damage she's really done to these people. So all she can do is hang her head low and leave. Now you got Charlie and Micah at their house, getting everything together for his little party, child. You know he's headed off to Harvard soon, and she's super proud and excited. Back at home, Nova was doing some journalist work and called to connect to find info on somebody named Parker Campbell and how is he connected to Old World Energy, right? Then there's a knock on the door, and child, when she opened it, it was Unvi. Now, you know she was happy, but Unvi wasn't coming for no kumbaya. She want Jimmy their address, say she got something she got to give back to him, and Nova knows it. Nova wanted to talk, but Unvi ain't feeling it. She said, girl, look here, you done brought this demon to light, and at least you can do is help me kill it by giving this address. Nova sees she ain't getting nowhere with trying to make this woman sit down and have a conversation with her. So she tells her, I'll give you the address provided you let me drive and we can talk. Unvi said, look here, Nova. I'm going to let you drive because I don't seem like I got no choice. But I ain't ready to talk to you. So, girl, you better drive. Child, Charlie and Prosper listening to Jacob, I guess a campaign speech, child. They unimpressed. Then Prosper got to break the news. He went down there to register to vote and found out he was not allowed to register because they saying he ain't a resident. Not only is that happening to him, but it's happening to quite a few people in the community. People that done lived there their whole lives having that same problem. Charlie said this better be a big mistake when old pinch face Francis Boudreaux come walking up in there wanting to talk to Charlie and ask Prosper to get him some privacy. Y'all see how Prosper looked at her like, bitch, please. But Charlie told him it's okay. It ain't going to take long to get rid of this here little crow him. She wanted to know what did she do to her son. She said she got Jacob running around basically saying he related to a borderline, and that's basically absurd. Charlie said, child, all I did was shake your family tree. Yeah, I'm not responsible for who falls out of it. She provided him with truth, she said, and told Francis he a grown man. He makes his own decisions and he makes his own moves. He don't need his mama coming around taking up for him. She said Jacob got some strange liking to Charlie and she can't understand why. She said, but you do got confidence, at least. And I just want to remind you, pride comes before the fall. And at that moment, Prosper come in there with two popos, and they want to speak to her about the Queen Sugar fire. Frances said she see Charlie is now all of a sudden busy, so she'll be on her way and left. Like she don't know why them people there. She ain't got nothing to do with none of this. Girl, these some undercut. Ooh, baby. Now, they telling her, Charlie, that they done found the source of a fire. It's a propane fire torch, the kind used on farms. And then the female detective gonna ask Charlie, don't your brother own a cane farm? Charlie caught that slidiness in her and said, yeah, you know he does. And then they started asking her about how much it takes to maintain a meal like Queen Sugar, asking if it's a financial burden. She caught on to that real quick and let them know swiftly and professionally, honey, I am wealthy, and if I was worried about money, I never would have bought the meal in the first place. Then she asked them, well, let me ask you this. Have y'all checked into Frances Boudreaux's involvement in this? And they quickly, baby, went to trying to take over her, said that she ain't got no reason, they ain't got no reason to be investigating her, because they ain't got nothing that said she was involved. But they did bring up Nyca being investigated a year before for arson. Charlie said, hell to the no, I'm too smart for this. She shut that down. She said, we going to continue this further. We'll be doing that with my attorney present. Now, I ain't telling you got to go home, but what you do got to do is get the hell up out of here. Now, we see Nova driving Unvi to Jimmy Dale's, and Unvi says she told the story wrong. She told the world that she was broken. Nova said, I told the world about your breakthrough. Unvi said, bull. I counted the pages, Nova. You spoke more about my trials than my triumphs, and my triumphs matter. I moved on. I showed you how to do it. I allowed love to come back into my life. And now I'm living my best life. And I could have shut my heart down forever, but I didn't. I showed y'all that. Now, Darling Blue was outside playing. Then she come in the house where Ralph Angel was, and she thanked him for believing in her and for standing by her. He said they all good for something, and then shows her the present that he found up in the closet that Ernest had for little Blue. He said he hadn't showed it to him yet because Blue was a bit upset earlier because he wanted to see Nova, who came back. Darla asked, what did she come by for? And he said, she claimed like she had something to tell me. But he said he wasn't trying to hit it. He told her to be on her way. So Darla asked, look, Ralph Angel, are we going to ignore Nova forever? Now, I got my feelings for her. Yes, I do. But I knows how she feels about Blue. And that little boy going to need all his family love. And he told her, well, Darla, look here, that's bigger you and everything. But I ain't there yet. Child, we see them get to Jimmy Dale's house. Vi go up to the door and knock on it. He opened the door talking about, I knew you'd be back, just like, it's just like you to come back. I knew you would come back. Child, like he all that. That pissed me off real quick. Like he a damn prize. Boy, bye. Child, he talking about she just can't let him go. She said, I'm here holding you accountable for the pain you inflicted upon me. That man said, you ain't holding me accountable for nothing. I was the victim. Hell, I could pursue charges for what y'all just did to me over there. And at this point, she looking weak. Nova done caught out the car and came up on the steps and grabbed her hand and said, Vi, let's just go. He ain't got nothing to offer you. His ignorant ass gonna say she better listen to Nova. And then said Vi ain't never had no sense. Just downgrading her. And she better, he told her, you better listen to her. You ain't never had no sense. I was like, what? At this point, she's still looking shook. At first. Then she walked away, and child, how about Jimmy Dale whole house falling apart on him? Baby, that happening and Vi seeing it made her finally start to feel like she could tell this man what was on her mind. She can free herself of the hold he's had over her all the years. She said, child, I won. I got the money, the business, the respect, the love, and the house. And you ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. You just a old worn down hag. You ain't shit. Never has been, never will be. And walked away laughing. As she walking away, this young girl come up, got bruises on her, and she terrified of Jimmy Dale. She immediately, when she saw company, said, explaining why she late. It was a long line at the grocery, but she can get dinner on right away. I think he called her Layla or Linda or something like that and told her go and get in the house. But Vi said, She asked if he had given her them bruises. She didn't want to say at first, but Vi said, oh yeah, and ran down a list of things that can get you a bruise real quick with him. Child, Jimmy Dale require you could tell. No, I mean that. I mean, at that point, I'm looking at it as I'm doing the review. At this point, you can see that that girl knew Vi was on point. He got her scared brainless though. It didn't help. He was yelling at her for to get on in the house. Vi tell her that he got you feeling like you ain't nothing, like you ain't got nobody but him. Jimmy Dale was getting madder and madder, calling for his newest victim to come on in the house, and told Vi not to talk to her. She told him, stay out of this grown folks talk, which means it ain't got a damn thing to do with you. Child, he done got so mad he thought he was going to come down off that porch, but nobody put that camera in his face and to warn him, don't take another step. Violet told old girl, I know you don't know me, but she was 30. You and I was you 30 years ago. Same scared look, same hidden bruises. She know what this girl is going through. She said she ain't got to stay there. But old girl said, I ain't got nowhere to go. Vi said, I know someplace, baby. And what if he find me, the girl said. Vi said, well, if he find you, he gonna find me, and urged her to come with them. Baby, she told her all she had to do was drop them bags and get in that car. Baby, that baby dropped them bags, and child jumped in the car. Vi told her to get in the car and don't look back. Jimmy Dale out there pissed off, down there in tears, grabbing up his grocery bag, because old girl dropped that bag in that yard and told her, this ain't the last you done heard of me. Child, he doing all them little idle threats as they pulling off, leaving his ass in dust, really. Now, Mike and Kiki was at the museum looking at photos and artifacts from Katrina. She said she liked when he talk about photography and hopes he doesn't stop when he goes to Harvard. He said photography ain't a hobby for him. He'll never let it go. Then it started to feel like they was, feel real to them, that they finna be separated soon. She said that she got, they got the summers and holidays, and he said folks say that all the time, but they end up breaking up. He told Kiki, but I love you, and I'm gonna honor you no matter how far away I am. And she said she loved him, and likewise. Now, Vi took old girl to whatever, Linda, Layla, whatever her name is. Child, she took her to a domestic abuse shelter where she can get the help that she need. And Vi say when she ready, she got a job waiting for her over at Vi's Prize Pies. And if she need anything, call her. She got the number. That girl looked so grateful and relieved, but Vi told one of them ladies, I guess, that's going to check her in, that if she tries to go back to him, give me a call. Then tell Noah, come on, child, we got some driving to do. Come on now. Darla was at Vi's restaurant when she came out, and side note, that wig Vi had on was everything, baby. Yes, God, I like that little wig. Darla thanked Vi for helping her when she was at her lowest, because she didn't have to do that. And Vi said, I just didn't feel like you needed to be carrying around guilt that wasn't yours. Well, Darla has now been sober 1 month, and every month she gets this little pen, coin, or whatever that was, and she wanted to give Vi with that, said that it's the most valuable possession of a person who is dealing with addiction. And Vi accepted it, and it seemed like they kind of made up, and I liked that. I don't know if I'm all the way here for Ralph Angel and Darla getting back together, because I kind of wanted him to be with Deisha. But, child, I do like the fact that they kind of, showing some compassion to old Darla girl. She done been through enough. Charlie is having a meeting with the farmers. She telling them that folks back in the Boudreaux campaign is pulling every dirty trick in the book because they shook. They finding reason to drop voters, and they have now moved the boat poll location for Pastor Martinez and his crew out of town. She said if they can't get the voters to the polls in time, they will likely lose, and she can handle losing fairly, but this way, no. Prosper said this ain't nothing new. New twist on an old trick, and they began talking about how they gonna get transport for everybody to be at the polls to cast their ballots on time. Prosper said he ain't gonna just lay down and die. They gonna do what they have to do. Now, Nova and Vi sit to talk, and basically she said she regained her power back. No more hidden secrets. And then she asked Nova, she told Nova, I'm glad you was with me. Then offered Nova old nasty piece of pie with her coffee or tea, whichever one she was having, and that made Nova feel real good because now you see that Vi has now joined Charlie in trying to kind of forgive this girl and let her back into the fold. Later, Nova and Charlie talked, and she said that she did some digging into old world energy and discovered that they basically come into smaller towns and take over, and it don't matter what the cost is to the community. Now that didn't surprise Charlie, not at all. She said she expected that. That dude she was looking up, turns out he on work over at Old World Energy, and she not clear exactly where he works, but she's still working on it. She also went by one of the headquarters of Old World Energy, and it's just a regular office with a reception. Charlie said a shell company. Nova said, yep, within that shell is a holding company called Beckington. She said not much could she dig up on them, but she did find a guy who's been fighting voter registration by the name of Parker Campbell. And Charlie said, Prosper said a lot of voters have been purged from the registration, and the polling place has been moved. You know, that's what she telling Nova all of that. Child, Charlie said she got her lawyers looking into how they just gonna change the polling place a week before the election. But she says she feels like this is bigger than the Landrys. If Parker Campbell and the Beckington group can hide so well, what else can they be capable of? Neither know who these people are, but Nova says she dedicated to finding out. But in the meantime, in between time, they about to have Michael party and celebrate, child. They hug, which was cute. But Charlie's still worried. Charlie got a business mind. She know everything ain't okay. These people, if they got this kind of power, it's more to come. Now it's party time, child, and Ralph Angel and Blue come. Blue went immediately to sit by Nova, and you can see on Ralph Angel's face he's bothered. So Nova told little Blue, maybe you should go sit by your dad. At this point, Ralph Angel tells Blue, let's go to the bathroom so they can wash up. On his way in there following Blue to the bathroom, Vi said, look here, don't put Blue in this mess. Ralph Angel said, just because you and Nova are cool doesn't mean that they all got to be. And he went in the bathroom where Blue was washing his hand. Blue asked him if he was mad at Nova. Say he overheard him earlier that morning. He sounded angry, so Ralph Angel had to address it. He said she did something she shouldn't have. Blue said, well, did she apologize? Ralph Angel said, well, she sort of did, but she thinks she's right, and I disagree. Blue said, you know, me and my friend Marcus was playing Minecraft, and he said it was his turn, but it really wasn't. He said he and Marcus decided to take two turns apiece, because Marcus' mom said it's not worth them not being friends over a game. They got more in common than they got different. And you could tell Ralph Angel was receiving it because he told him you can go in there and speak to your Aunt Nova if you want to. Now, they all reconvene, and Charlie does this little speech about how proud she is of Nyca and presented him with the old nasty piece of Rolex watch and a lovely card. Then they toast. Then Michael said he was going to wait till after the election, but he got to tell us something. Child, the news is he is not going to Harvard. He is going to Xavier U in New Orleans, and Charlie is shocked. She said Xavier wasn't even on their list. He said, I know, but I made my own list. And he wants to study political science and pursue a career in photography. Nova said that she knew nothing of this, but says Michael made a fine choice. Then she looked at Kiki. That's what Charlie doing. She trying to figure out where this idea come from. Kiki said, I had no clue about this. So Michael tell her, look, I made this decision basically based off of you. I've been watching you these past months, bridging communities and fighting for what's right, so that's what I want to do. She said, fine, we'll go to Harvard, open up a business, and help people. They need more than pretty pictures. Vi said maybe Charlie should just listen to him, hear him out. He said he's been listening to the men around him, and he even spoke to them. Men like Mr. Prosper, Hollywood, Ralph Fiennes, and even Mr. Romero. And he realized this community is what he wants his work to be about. She said he doesn't have to live in a community to help. Nova said, no, but it helps. Michael reiterated that is what he wants. He said Harvard is just a pointless detour to what he wants to be. Charlie told him, Cushing soul, that he has the tools. He's being given these tools that the world would not otherwise hand him so easily. And he just want to toss it away. Charlie said it's not about education in college as much anymore as it is about connection in the real world. The kind that the Landrys use every day without a second thought. She said Harvard would allow employers to see him as the bright and sensitive young man he is. He said he's already sent the resend letter to Harvard that morning, so the decision is made. Baby, Charlie is so shocked she's silent for a minute. Vi said, well, if he's done that, ain't no sense in keeping on with the talk, and tells Michael she gonna be glad that he gonna be close. Then Charlie says she has been in the fight of her life in what should not have even been a contest. All because this country is set up for for folks like the Boudreaux to win. And Michael being offered an opportunity to level the playing field, and he opted to throw it away. She said, how dare you? And walked away. Child, Charlie and her feelings. I hope Charlie can. My opinion is this. We raise our kids up. We want them all to, succeed. We want them to have the best of the best, at least better than what we had, right? But the decision ultimately lies with your child. And what we have to do as parents is just hold on and brace ourselves and pray that they make the right decisions that don't alter or mess up their lives. What Michael wants to do is commendable. In his time in this St. Joe's, you can see that he has become quite the activist. At first he was timid and scared, but he found his voice, and now he want to be a voice for the people. And although it may not be a degree he's getting out of Harvard University, Xavier University is good as well. And many of successful people have gone to black colleges, HBCUs, whatever you want to call them. So for her to feel like he won't be able to succeed, that didn't sit well with me. I feel like she more by clout, and I get it. In this world, you kind of need it. But some people just not willing to, kowtow they're not willing to go along to get along. Some people stand out, and Michael appears to be that type of person. Now, I don't know if it's because of his activism work with Nova or what, but let him grow. You don't never know what he gonna be, and I think that in time she'll come to understand it, even if she not all the way settled on the fact that he going to school in Xavier opposed to Harvard. I think she gonna learn how to accept it. She ain't gonna really have no choice. And another thing, just because it's Harvard don't mean it's the best. It's the best on paper. They got it's a lot of successful people, like I said, come out of HBCUs and things like that. I just feel like she just feel like it does look better on paper, and it does. But hell, another thing you need to be glad of, at least he going to school. Real talk. There's a lot of kids graduating from high school. I see them and talk to them a lot. They ain't got that's not what they trying to do. They feel like, some people even feel like it's a waste of time, because I know a lot of young people who went and spent all that money to Sally Mae them, and they don't even work in their field of study. So I hope this works out for them. But that was it. That was all, guys, on Wednesday night's episode of Queen Sugar. Please get down in the panic section. Let me know what you think. And as always, remember, the depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. In the meantime, in between time, please remember to rate the video. Ratings get me recognized on the YT streets. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this episode. Was it good? Was it good? I enjoyed it. If you have not subscribed to the channel already, please subscribe to the channel by hitting your subscribe button, then tapping your notification bell to set it to all, so that each and every time I drop a pre-recorded video or go live from this channel, you will be notified and you can come over and join in the conversation. You guys have a great TGIF, because it is officially Friday now, and I will see you guys back for Fuck Shit Friday. Peace.